Hi, I'm Devin Spear, and this is the Disruption Weekly video recap for July 26, 2024. It seems like every week I start with this guy, Elon Musk. Well, he has set another record by creating the world's largest supercluster AI training center in Memphis, Tennessee. It went live last week, 4:20 a.m. in the morning. There he is, plugging in some fiber optic cable. What makes it impressive, among many things, that he did it so fast, and he's struggling to figure out how to create enough electricity, find or generate enough electricity to run this thing, is that he has embedded in the super center more than 100,000 liquid-cooled NVIDIA H100 GPUs. You know, NVIDIA dominates the space so far, but they have announced and they're releasing the successor to the H100, the H200 GPU later this year. But that wasn't good enough for Elon. He had to have it right away. I think as part of the strategy of making Grok, his XAI large language model, meaningful, because Grok 1 and 2 are not that great, as you can learn from a lot of complaints. But listen. With all the data that is available from Twitter, X, as well as Tesla, he should be in position to succeed above everybody else, including Microsoft, OpenAI, for that simple reason alone. And now he has the super data center and the hardware to make that dream a reality. Let's see what happens with XAI and Grok. Unrelated to Elon is college football 2025. The EA Sports franchise that creates some of the best computer games on the PlayStation and Xbox has just released, I think it went live last week, their College Football 25 edition after an 11-year hiatus, 11-year drought for not updating the game. But what makes it significant is they created 11,000 real NCAA Division I football players, real athletes. They created 11,000 3D simulated avatars from just photos. They used AI to use a photo of the athletes and create an avatar in the game. So all the stadiums, all the arenas, all the fields, and all the players are going to be in this new version of College Football 2025. And man, this is just the beginning of letting AI empower gaming and creating every form of synthetic actor or athlete. It's fascinating to see how fast this is growing. Another thing that's growing really fast is the business world. Ernst & Young has released some results from a survey of business executives. More than 500 US-based leading decision makers across various industries, finance, telecom, and health, talked about their investment in artificial intelligence going forward. 95% of the respondents say that they are going to make increasingly larger investments in AI and training. Those that are investing more than $10 million are going to double their investment next year in 2025. And this is going into categories you probably would expect: operations, productivity, and customer satisfaction. Later in the article, they talk about 83% of senior leaders say they're having trouble attracting workers. That's the priority, is AI knowledgeable workers, and they can't find employees that have AI skill sets, which we've talked about a lot. This is going to be the dilemma that no one's really figured out. What happens when AI begins to displace more and more knowledge workers, white collar workers? Pay attention to all these surveys. They're giving you clues of what's coming. In the cryptocurrency category, in January, I believe, Bitcoin became part of the mainstream investment world by having a Bitcoin ETF, an exchange-traded fund. Well, last week, or earlier this week, the Ethereum ETF finally became a reality with a lot of fanfare. People were impressed with the first day results, garnering more than 17.5 billion in cumulative investments, net inflows. These were big investment houses that released their Ethereum ETF. Grayscale, BlackRock is probably the biggest one, the Bitcoin side, Fidelity, Bitwise, VanEck, and others. What this simply means is that although Ethereum's ETF will probably never catch up to Bitcoin, it will continue to broaden the market of normal, whatever normal investors are, average, everyday investors who wouldn't ever set up a cryptocurrency wallet or an account on something like Coinbase. They'll just call their broker or go to, Schwab or Fidelity or wherever they make their investments and buy this ETF. So it's about ease of use, which is great for the industry. It's great for adoption. It's going to be great for the economy, I believe. Totally different from all those topics is AI and autonomous vehicles. Stanford Engineering and Toyota Research have shown the results of this project where they have allowed AI to control two cars in a out of control situation. There's something called drifting. If you have a early young driver, probably more men than women, 16, 17-year-old drivers. Some of them are drifting their cars around parking lots to show off with their friends. It's really simulating, in this case, simulating out of control vehicles like on snow and ice. And so the AI, onboard AI has been able to keep these cars from impacting each other, which really would be the ability to control the car in a real world situation as if it were to hit some object, a tree, a bridge, another vehicle. I guess it's a big deal. 40,000 fatalities in the US every year come from car accidents, over 1 million worldwide annually. And the technology here, controlling the steering, the throttle, the brakes, 50 times per second, is just the beginning of AI in everything. So automobiles, and this is what makes Tesla such a promising investment for the future, is because they'll have Tesla robo-taxis everywhere. So when the car is really controlling itself and needs the human driver to do less and less, that's great for safety. It's going to be great for a lot of other things, including Elon's vision. But I think this is cool to actually control this level of precision in a very uncontrollable environment like sliding and drifting. So pay attention to what's happening in the automotive sector. And finally, we don't talk a lot about Apple Vision Pro, but if you've never done an Apple Vision Pro demo, please, I encourage you to go to your local Apple retailer, your Apple store, sign up for a demo. You'll be blown away by how realistic it is, how immersive it is. It's unbelievable, honestly. But the adoption of Apple Vision Pro, because it's about $4,000 for the hardware, has been very slow, and Apple knows that. So in the new update to Vision OS, the operating system for the Apple Vision Pro, Vision OS 2 coming out later this fall, they're going to open it up to the public internet, the World Wide Web, with the Web XR standard, XR being just another label for augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality. Other headsets have had this for a while. Meta has done this, Huawei and others, where they use Web XR, but Apple has finally conceded and saying, hey, we need to allow any web content to be played inside the headset, because up to this point, it's just been Apple apps or ways that you had to work around the Apple Safari web browser. So this will be great for adoption of augmented reality, virtual reality, and maybe along with some price reductions in Apple hardware, you'll see more and more content created for these headsets. And face it, why do we still use these two-dimensional devices? This is so crazy to have everything on a little screen. You live in a 3D world, you should have 3D immersive content, in my opinion. That's it for this week, July 26, 2024. Hope you enjoyed the Disruption Weekly Update. Please subscribe, tell your friends, and I will see you again next week.